Our main story tonight concerns the United Kingdom, birthplace of the Beatles and yet very much the world's Ringo. Now, on Thursday, the UK faces an in-out referendum on whether to leave the European Union. And incidentally, an in-out referendum is also what most English people call sex. I say, that was a jolly good in-out referendum, Priscilla. Capital stuff, old girl. Simply capital. You may not have heard about this referendum unless you watch financial networks, where it's usually referred to by a catchy name.
There's a lot of fear out there in the marketplace about the Brexit vote that's coming up.
Brexit fears gaining traction.
A new survey this morning focuses on Brexit fears.
Brexit is one of the major concerns in the market at the moment.
I think that the scariest thing about Brexit is the name Brexit. Because it's unknown. I mean, it's like, wow, Brexit. Whoa, be afraid. Conjuring Brexit.
OK, calm down. Brexit doesn't sound scary, it just sounds like a shitty granola bar you buy at the airport. Hey, this tastes like a preserved owl pellet. Fuck it, I'm going to Cinnabon. You pushed me into it. And I know, if you are watching this outside the UK, you're probably thinking, why should I care about what Britain does with the EU? Honestly, as long as those crooked-toothed scone goblins keep shooting out royal babies in episodes of Doctor Who, I don't give a tally-ho fuck what happens there. And fair enough, but a Brexit, or British exit, could have wide-ranging implications both for the UK and the world's economy. And first, it might help to understand what the European Union actually is. The idea for it came after the Second World War, when there was understandably a desire to keep the continent from tearing itself apart yet again. And it has since evolved into an economic union of 28 countries whose citizens can trade and move freely across borders and who negotiate international agreements as a bloc. But despite being a member, Britain has always had an arm's-length relationship with the EU. For instance, it doesn't use the euro, and some British politicians have been openly hostile right to the face of EU officials.
I don't want to be rude, but you have the charisma of a damp rag and the appearance of a low-grade bank clerk. And the question that I want to ask, that we're all going to ask, is who are you? I'd never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you.
That is painful to watch. And not just because all of those insults are things people in the UK have said about me. And look, the EU is not perfect. It's large, confounding, and relentlessly bureaucratic. Think of it like Gerard Depardieu. It's an unwieldy European body that's a source of great bewilderment. But Britain leaving it would be a huge destabilising decision, so you would expect the Brexit camp to have some pretty solid arguments. Unfortunately, many of them are bullshit. One of the most popular involves the financial contributions that Britain makes to the EU.
We've got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take back control in this country of huge sums of money that we send every year to Brussels, about £350 million a week, we do not control.
That is former London Mayor Boris Johnson, a man with both the look and the economic insight of Bam Bam from the Flintstones. He has even been driven around in a giant red bus for the last month with the words, "We send the EU £350 million a week" written on the side. But that number has been thoroughly debunked. It's actually about £190 million a week when you consider a rebate the UK receives and other money that the EU sends back. On top of which, if Britain does leave the EU, it may have to spend close to that amount just to access the common market. So what the bus should really say is, we actually send the EU £190 million a week, which as a proportion of our GDP makes sound fiscal sense. In fact, considering the benefits we reap in return, oh shit, we're running out of bus. OK, bye-bye.